All right, Coach. First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Got it. 42. Hey, Haywood. It's a party now. It's a party now. Fair. Lucky. Watch this. 80 weapon. Tight dog. Share. They go.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Let's go. Set 70, Indy. 42. Check. Whip. Blue draw, Corker. Check 44. Set.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Too easy. Pilot, 64. Wait.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Looking to throw. Gordon. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
180.
Throwing, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Showing up, 61, matchbox, lights. Hey, Echo. 5.
Operating from the gun, Gordon. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 57 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Recon, 152 fighter. Hey, 2.
And it's third down.
Topper!
Let's go.
Hey, orbit.
Number 53, Mike 53. I'm coming for you. You mine.
On third down, Gordon. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
General West.
To try again after the sack. Mayfield. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
36.
Real. Hey, Delta.
Mike 3. Rip left.
Let's go. God.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Stop your whining.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
2nd and 2. On the screen, this is Coleman. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Watch the twitch.
6-6. Pull it high. Look. Squeeze. Snap.
On 4th down, Gordon. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
On the double.
Mike 47. Pick me up. Here we go.
Oh, how about got this call down near the goal line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for them. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Undercross. Hey, I 7. Check 26, check 26. At 25, the mic. We'll go 26.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Hey, stand up.
From the gun, Gordon. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Let's go. Check the backer, check the backer.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, Alpha. Hurry, hurry.
I'm trying to collect.
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
He's pointing right.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mayfield to throw it. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's get it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Regular. Hey, alert, 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 alert. God.
Mayfield now. But he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21.
Alert, 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 alert. Pilot, 64, weak.
Mayfield on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, exit.
Mike 3. Combo.
To throw, Mayfield. Completes it to Aguilar. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Jim.
Alert, 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 alert.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And the Steelers first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Ronald Darby brought him down. A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's
The Steelers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Gordon. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read. Check. Hard.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Operating from the gun, Gordon. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been, They didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Browns' drive about to get started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe this.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. A run for Nick Chubb. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll indeed take a knee. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
I got you.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Today's final score, Browns 14, Steelers 10.